Green Dragon Kung Fu, and I'm Sifu Dr. Jerry. Now in today's video, we're going to cover Kung Fu etiquette. That is the etiquette that's used in the Kung Fu clubs, the training areas, with Kung Fu kwoon. If you're a student, you may be working hard at your training, and if it's a traditional school with an altar, you may be wondering what the altar is all about, and the reason for the things that are placed on it, and the bit of ceremony that goes around it. If you're running a school and you'd like to make it more traditional, and the information in this video you might find useful.
Ideally, this is north.
Okay.
Now, if you can't put it in the north area, and it should be kind of away from the door. You'll notice that the weaponry is in the far corner. Back in the day, this even happened to us at this, where guys would come in and literally try to raid the club almost. So all the weaponry is always in the far corner.
Now keep in mind that before touching any of the weapons in the kwoon, you must get permission from the senior instructor or the sifu of the school, whichever is present. Now you notice that the weapons usually have a red ribbon or red hair tassels hanging from it. And when the red hair is hanging from the spear, it used to be there to wick away blood, and when flung around could be used to confuse your opponent. And when red ribbons are attached to the weapons, it signifies a peaceful school. When no red ribbons are present, it signifies that the school is coming to challenge you. So when the red ribbon's there, it indicates that the school is interested in maintaining peace.
Guardian lines, usually stand guard at the entrance to a building. The male line, facing the building, is on the right. The female line is on the left. The male line has the mouth open. The female line has the mouth closed. Even though it's not shown here, the male lion is usually, this is a terrestrial globe. The male lion is the one that roars, protects the outside of the building. The female lion, quite often there will be a cub that she has her paw on. She protects the inside of the house.
And the frog, the money frog,
that should face to the interior of your business or your house. Or you'll see it in the restaurants or businesses, it'll be next to the cash register. It does not face the door. The dragon turtle has not only to do with wealth, but also spiritual and the wealth, and also sort of like intelligence, things like this. So this, the turtle faces the doorway. So that all good things come in through the door, like wealth, happiness, all of these things. Now you'll notice the frog here. He's got 3 legs and no anus. It's not really shown here that well, but and the whole thing is that the wealth comes in, but it doesn't go out. Guan Yu and General Kwan. He faces a doorway. He guards the door. Now the door is symbolic of yourself, your soul, your well-being, mental health. All of this. It's what you let into your heart. The whole thing here is a lot of people think this is physical strength and things like this. What it is actually, it has to do with honor. It has more to do with honor than it has to do with actual martial fighting. And a lot of people miss that point. Out of the 3, he was considered the most honorable, and this is why he sits in the front, why his face is red. He liked to drink alcohol, and as Asians, they kind of flush red when they drink alcohol. This is why. That's why he's red. And also in the line dance, you'll see if there's a line that's red, that represents this guy here.
Kung Fu lines that are used in the lion dance, they represent the spirit of your school. Now, proper handling of the lion is a must and shows your respect for the school. And you must always avoid touching the horn on the top of the lion's head. To touch it means that you desecrated the spirit of the school. Also, the shaking of the lion's eyes should only be done during performance of the lion dance.
Okay. Orange is spherical. Not so much now, but in the past, these used to be full of seeds. So this is kind of like a sign of plenty. And you should be keeping fresh fruit. You shouldn't let it get rotten. And also on the bottom, this has to do with the wealth of the club, because all the money and the wealth comes from the earth. This is why this is down here. And this guy here is the money god. He's holding the money.
Just to elaborate on the lower level of the altar, 2 pieces of incense will be placed into the incense holder. One is lit for the money god to improve the business and the wealth of the school. And a second incense is lit for the prosperity of the owners of the building where the kwoon is located.
Okay. So when you're lighting the incense, if you're having trouble getting it to glow, you fan it gently with your hand. You never blow on it. Okay, because blowing on it is kind of like an insult. Okay. And when you're placing it, ideally you place it with 2 hands, or both hands. Okay. Thereby showing that you're giving this your full attention. Just like in Chinese culture, when you're handing a business card, you hand it with 2 hands, and you sort of look at the person so that you give them your full attention and respect. And the same thing here, full attention and respect. You don't turn your back on the altar. Back up. You do your bow, and then you kind of back away and then turn. You never stand here like this and just kind of turn your back. It's just like when you're judges at a tournament. You don't turn your back on people because it shows disrespect. The altar is the same. And on special occasions, we fill this with Master or Great Grandmaster Wong Chun Yip's favorite beverage, which is rye whiskey. Wong Chun Yip, Master Chan's grandfather. He is sitting right there. I see him right there.
Okay, and that's Master Chan's father there.
Right there, yeah.
That's a village picture.
Yeah.
All right, so now the incense burning on top is to the ancestors, to the people that brought
it's
the
to
kung fu
everybody
to
that
us.
came before. 3 sticks for each one of these 3.
Okay.
Okay. These two people were they were kind of emperors in their own right. This is the story about the 3 kingdoms.
Okay.
There's a movie about that. Guan Yu, he fought for these 2. It was because of his honorable nature and all that he was given the prestigious position in front. He's revered as kind of like the martial arts icon for all of the martial arts schools and things like that.
Being a respectable human being and so on. Yeah.
Like his honor was just beyond reproach. This technique in our school, according to Grandmaster Chan and also my former instructors, we used to call this a dragon's head. Other schools refer to it as a different name. If you look at the dragon here, you'll see this point in the center here. Okay, the dragon hits with this, so we hit with this. When you're bowing, the master on the wall, deceased master, you look him in the eye. Okay. Same thing coming and going, you look him in the eye, and you just don't kind of bow to the space. This is the focal point. This is why we are here. This is where the knowledge comes from, and we show our deepest respect for this.
When doing the salute, the right hand is closed and represents the moon. The left hand is open, representing the sun. The salute, or the bowing that's used in the Chinese kwoon, is referred to as Ming, which refers to the Ming dynasty. You'll notice that in a traditional school with the altar, you'll also have chairs on either side, usually a comfortable chair. Now, looking at the altar, the chair that's to your left will be reserved for the sifu, or the master of the club, or the most advanced student if the sifu or master are not present. Now, the chair on the right is reserved for visitors that are senior to the sifu.